It's definitely been a wild 24 hours, some ups and downs. We actually saw ADA run to 59 cents on some liquidations yesterday, which was a very exciting sign. But here we are, Groundhog's Day. Once again, we're sitting in the low 56-cent range prepping for the day. And that doesn't mean that there haven't been things that have happened over the last 24 hours. There's definitely a few things that we need to talk about. Escalation of a feud that we once discussed. We need to also talk about a big change that may in fact be coming to tariffs, which would be good moving forward. We're going to talk about all that and more in this video. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So we can see right now, ADA currently is still broken out. Love to see it. We're about at 56 cents or so. And we're kind of waking up and preparing for the day. It's about 6:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we can see that we went through a very similar trend from the day before. We got a nice pump, some short liquidations took place, and then it's just kind of been this slow, steady march to the downside. Understand that yesterday, there wasn't really much that triggered the pump, so maybe we just get into today and we start seeing some liquidations once again. We see some moves to the upside, but we'll have to watch and wait and be patient there. But I will say it's very nice to actually see ADA showing some resilience. Guys, I've been having so many technical difficulties today. Hopefully this decides to cooperate. But it's nice to see ADA showing some resilience there, despite BTC actually kind of crapping the bed a little bit. 2 straight red days. Yesterday down 1.13%. Today down 0.62%. And what it looks like it's doing is, one, it's going to retest its 20-day moving average, which hasn't really been that much of support for BTC. It's kind of just putzed around there. Really, our 50-day excuse me, is kind of that big target there, the one that we have to watch for. And what we may in fact be doing as well, and just be aware of this, guys, is we might be coming down to try to build that right shoulder on our inverse head and shoulders in terms of BTC. That's kind of down around the 101 range. So don't be surprised if we get into the later part of this week, if we didn't get enough of a push, if we do get down to those ranges. Just understand that that's from a technical standpoint, it would not be that much of a surprise. Okay. Now, that being said, it's very nice to see a total market cap retest here. We can see right now we are in fact testing our 20-day moving average, kind of similar thing to BTC. 50-day is a lot bigger support there, and really crucial support is down at around that 200-day moving average, which currently sits at almost $3 trillion right on the head. All right. Now, that being said, let's talk about a couple things that have happened over the last 24 hours. The big thing that you're going to probably see and hear a lot about today is actually this re-escalation of this feud between Donald Trump and Elon Musk. We obviously know Elon Musk is still heavily opposed to the big, beautiful bill that's currently going through debate in the Senate. And Donald Trump is not liking that Elon Musk is pushing back on this so much. And he talks about that in this post. And he actually talks about, Elon should just actually go back to South Africa. So it's just pure comedy at this point. You can't help but just laugh at all this stuff going on. And, hopefully they figure it out and can figure out a way to get along. But this seems to be a pretty big sticking point. And of course, this causes some uncertainty to take place in the crypto market. Now, some stuff that is good news for the market is obviously one of the big discussions as of late has been tariffs. And it is coming out that the U.S. may exempt goods that can't be grown in the U.S. from these tariffs. That would be a big step forward. There's a little bit of fine tuning and tweaking going on. So that again creates more certainty for the crypto market. And the crypto market absolutely loves certainty. Something else that I thought was very funny here as well is we are actually seeing the Deutsche Bank is going to launch crypto services in 2026. This is actually coming out almost exactly a year after the German government started dumping their BTC. If you guys remember, big thing back in 2024, as we headed into the July 4th weekend, we got some German dumping. All right. So nice to see some changes. Nice to see some embrace starting to take place abroad. And really, I have to say that, despite these ups and downs in the market, what has again been very consistent here is institutional buying still happening day after day after day after day, right? $102 million worth of BTC bought yesterday, $31 million worth of Ethereum bought yesterday. And I have to say that it's very interesting that, I'm just having so many issues here. It's very interesting to see that BlackRock has actually bought almost every single day for a month. It's kind of insane. This might be covered up. Yeah. So last time they actually sold was back on, June 5th. So if they continue this week, we might have seen a month straight of accumulation for BlackRock. And last time that we saw this similar stuff taking place, we saw some pretty significant moves in the market. Not saying that has to happen for sure, but something I wanted to point out for ADA here as well is, I don't know why my cursor's not showing up on the screen. Anyways, something else that's interesting here for ADA is we're showing some pretty consistent resilience while BTC has been showing this bleeding. In fact, we take a look at this ADA BTC chart. We were talking about this wedge, right? This descending wedge that's building, and we're waiting for the moment that we break out of this. A nice couple bounces over the past few days. This is the exact same structure we did back here. Here's our little pump, drop back down, consolidate, drop back down, consolidate, little rally, come back down. Maybe this is the point where we start to move just barely sideways, and then we get a little bit of a burst through, just, seeing some levels of consistency there. But right now, everything's still within structure. We're just kind of patiently waiting. Again, big things this week. Jobs reports, non-farm payrolls, Powell speaking again today. So yeah, kind of is what it is. A little bit of Groundhog's Day going on, and hopefully we can finally get to a point where people have enough conviction in their assets that we're done with these short-term pumps and short-term rallies that give people whiplash left and right. So have a great day. Show your love below. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.